and try to estimate how much the Cowboys are going to pay him, how much Dak Prescott's agent might be looking for. Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're going to talk about Dak Prescott's contract. This is serious. Cat mode. All right, so Dak Prescott contract, it could happen this offseason. All right, so we're talking about big money here. All right, we just discussed how much DeMarcus Lawrence might make on his next contract, and now we're talking about the contract of contracts, Dak Prescott. I think if you're talking about contract and who's getting the most paid on the team, usually it is the quarterback, and in this case it will be Dak Prescott as well. Okay, this contract is going to bring him into the upper echelon of NFL contracts. Cowboys had 4 years of minimum, not minimum, but low cost with his contract, being that he was a 4th round pick, and also being that he was a 4th round pick, he is in a contract year, and they cannot exercise a 5th year option. That only applies to 1st round draft picks. All right, so could he get the contract this offseason? A lot of indications are indicating that he will be. Would they make him play out the year and see how he plays? All right, I don't think they'll do that. I think that could be a little bit of a distraction. We've seen what this team just generally does not do good with distractions. All right, so for me, I want these contracts out of the way. Whether it's DeMarcus Lawrence, Dak Prescott, and even Ezekiel Elliott, you don't want that black cloud hovering over you during the season, because the Cowboys have typically not been able to handle distractions like that, and it's also a crutch or an excuse to bumble up the season. All right, so for me, the less distractions off the field and or on the field with contracts, the better. All right, so for Dak Prescott, what would you pay him? All right, so we're going to take a look at the numbers here and try to estimate how much the Cowboys are going to pay him, how much Dak Prescott's agent might be looking for. All right, he is going to get a big contract. Let's just put that out there. Dak Prescott right now in his career, and I said this during the season, it's a volatile discussion. You now have two sides. You have people that hate Dak Prescott, that don't like him, and you have the other half that like him. And that's how fans treated Romo. You had your Romo haters, and you had your people that love Romo. And Dak Prescott, where he's at right now in his career, rightfully so, has that same criticism and favoritism. All right, so that's just where it's at. So I'm just looking at this at a numbers game. This isn't something that I'm really looking at as, hey, I really like Dak Prescott, I want to pay him a whole bunch of money. This exercise is just breaking down numbers and trying to estimate how much his agent and how much the Cowboys might be looking to pay him. All right, so let's put that out there right now. Let's get that out of the way. But without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so let's take a look at this. All right, so right here we have the top 10 contracts quarterbacks, starting with Russell Wilson here at the bottom, who ironically or coincidentally, he'll be in the contract year 2019, so he might get a new deal during the offseason to extend him. Russell Wilson right now is making $21.9. I expect him to get a bump there, probably in the $30 million range, I would say. But you look at these other ones, Alex Smith, $23.5. Alex Smith, he's just a bus driver. Andy Dalton, he signed a wacky contract, 96, 16 average, 17% guarantee. Like, this was a weird contract for me. Cam Newton, Aaron Rodgers, Matty Stafford, Garoppolo, who hasn't done a lick in this league, got paid, all right? And then Matt Ryan, your highest paid. All right, so those are your top 10. Now, let's say the Cowboys didn't pay Dak Prescott, and then they wanted to franchise tag him. For this season, the franchise tag for the quarterback is probably going to be $24.9 million, almost $25 million. So if the Cowboys were to let Prescott play under his rookie contract, and then next season, if they wanted to franchise tag him that season, you're looking probably looking about 26 point something million for the franchise tag. All right, for for 2020. All right. So the Cowboys, they have some options here, and the easiest route is going to be to give him a new contract this offseason, and that's what I think they should do. All right. So looking at the top 10 here, if you break it down, the average will be about $25 million. All right. And the average length of the contract, 4.8, so that's about 5 years. So knowing these numbers here, I think you have a baseline for what Dak Prescott and the Cowboys will open up with. You're probably looking at 5 years, $25 million, all right, per season, all right. So if you break that down, if you break it down, 25 for 5 years, you're looking at a $125 million contract. Guaranteed money for quarterbacks seems to be going up. So let's just say, you know, he might get like 70 million, 65 to 70 million dollars guaranteed out of that. You know, Kirk Cousins got a really big chunk of guaranteed money. That was 100%. But you know, trying to break it down, maybe 60% might be the sweet spot for Dak Prescott. So, you know, $65 to $70 million guaranteed, all right, for opening. All right. Now, if you're looking at some of these contracts, and what his agent is probably going to want to do is bump that up. You know, obviously he's for me, your money. Matthew Stafford, $27 million. I would say Dak is better than him. He's done more. He's won more games. He's got 2 NFC East championship titles already. Jimmy Garoppolo, 27.5. He hasn't done shit. All right, 27.5. Aaron Rodgers, he's not at that level. I wouldn't say 30 million would be the range. Derek Carr, he's better than Derek Carr. Andrew Luck, you know, that's would be a good argument. Cam Newton, he's probably going to get an extension, so his numbers will go up. So for Dak Prescott, you know, $25 million for 5 years is probably your opening number. Now, what do I think he'll end up with? I think his agent will push for a 5-year deal at $28 million. All right, so 5-year deal, $28 million. That's gonna be $140 million. All right. And like I said, let's just say 60% of that in guarantees, probably like $84 million guaranteed money. So big money for Dak Prescott. It's coming. All right. Now, whether you agree or you don't, we're just looking at numbers here and where the league is going towards these contracts. They just keep going up. The cap keeps going up. So these contracts will be going up. Man, he is your franchise quarterback. And like I said, you have people that don't like Dak. You have people that like him. So looking at this from a business side, he's going to get paid big money. All right. Scrooge McDuck type money, back up the Brinks truck, the gold bars, that kind of stuff. That's going to happen for Dak Prescott. But I think that's the number you're looking at for Dak Prescott. $25 to $28 million. I think is your sweet spot for Dak Prescott for a new contract. Let me know what you guys think. Would you sign Dak Prescott to an extension this offseason? Or do you want the Cowboys to let him play out his rookie contract and you know, and try to work something out in the offseason? Now the thing about that is, if you have an absolute awesome season, that number is going to go up a lot more. And, you know, if you get another playoff run, NFC Championship, Super Bowl, whatever, that number is going to go up. The franchise tag number is going to go up, but not enough at the rate that the cap goes up. The cap does go up, but not enough. You know, it's like keeping up with inflation. So let me know what you guys think. How much would you pay him? 5-year deal, 6-year deal? And how much? Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to see what you guys think the Cowboys should do with Dak Prescott's contract, pay him in the offseason, and how much. Let me know in the comments. Let's talk about this, all right? As usual, guys, if you like the content, hit the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Helps out the video, helps out the channel. I can't be here without you guys. I really appreciate every visit that you guys make on a daily basis checking out the videos. So we'll see you for the next video. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.